Hey, I'm Coach KB with KB Athletics, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to perform a proper squat technique. When squatting, the first thing you need to focus on is number one, setting your feet underneath your hips. Number two, breaking your waist backwards to begin your squat. After you begin the squat, you want to keep your shins vertical. You do not want your knees to push forward. You want to squat down to a 90-degree angle. You want to hit your squat at a perfect 90-degree angle, explode through your heels, stand up tall, push your hips through, and that should complete your squat. Here's what you need to properly execute the squat. To properly perform a back squat, you need a bar, weights, and safety rack. Once you started the squat, if you start to notice that your athlete is not understanding the concept of the squat, I like to do what's called wall squat. You find a nice solid wall, you get a decent sized kettlebell, and you put your nose on the wall, and then you begin to squat. Here's what that looks like. Go.
One more.
Whenever I have an athlete that's not understanding the concept of a 90-degree angle squat, I like to take a small plyo box, put a 45 rubber weight on there or a 25 rubber weight on there, however, depending on their height, to where they can gauge it to where they touch the box at a perfect 90-degree angle. Here's what that looks like. As your athlete begins to squat, the heavier the weight is, you want to make sure that your athlete has a spotter at all times. The spotter is responsible for making sure the athlete gets set. The box is there simply as a guide to make sure she hits her parallel mark and explode through her heels, rocking the hips forward every time she comes up. I really like this lift because it increases power and strength. As an offensive line coach, the greatest thing I can do for my offensive linemen is strengthen their legs and their hips. The stronger their legs and their hips are, the more accurate they can explode off of the offensive line, creating as much force needed to move the defensive lineman. Also, it's a great way to prevent injuries. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you have any questions, please comment. I'll be glad to answer.